Alright, hey everybody, we're going to get started here with Flower. Having a little bit of network issues today, so unfortunately the stream's going to be limited to 720p, 30 FPS. But, which is a shame, because this really is a beautiful game. But Medicom is giving me grief, so I'm getting about 2.5 megabits. And, this is just about what best I can do. Yes, hello? Alright, Eric's. So, this is Flower. Oops. Where'd Flower go? Sound? Is sound? Not getting sound here. Hey, music. I don't think sound is coming across. Ugh, it was just working before. Yes, hello! What the hell, sound? Listen to this device. Did I unplug it or something? Oh. No! Sorry, Parker just tried to knock over a lamp. Do not do that, honey. Okay, never mind. So sound is working. It's a little quiet, though. Alright, there we go. Can you hear this, like, at all? Let me put it, like... I mean, this is supposed to be quiet. There we go. You can hear, like, computer noises. Hey, Kit. Parker, what are you doing? Yes, I know. Alright. But yeah, this is Flower. And, pay attention to this, background here. So if you watch the Abzu stream, which was one of my favorite streams to do here, this is... No! Don't do that! It's this very beautiful, very atmospheric kind of exploration game. Oh, now it's a little loud. The flaws of high dynamic range when you're trying to stream something and make sure everything's like listenable. This is by that game company who made Journey as they're most famous for, and also Flow, and obviously this game. Some people that made, it was not by the same company as Abzu, but some of the same people made Abzu. Made this. Hey, Rachel. So yeah, I don't know if anybody was here when I was talking about it, but I had some issues with Medicom just before the stream, so I'm streaming a little bit lower bitrate than usual, which is a shame because this game's absolutely beautiful. But hopefully, maybe I can raise the bitrate a bit. And I had to lower the resolution stuff. But this is the PS4 version, which is 60 FPS and full 1080p. It just looks absolutely beautiful. Looks beautiful on PS3 as well, but the PS3 couldn't quite handle, you know, full... PS3 didn't really do a lot at full 1080p. As you can see, one of the, you know, initial selling points of this game or whatever was the grass physics was amazing. So basically, you are a flower petal, and you need to go and do things. And Parker, thank you for obscuring my entire screen. Oh yeah, I have Bound. I've been meaning to play Bound. Parker. So this game uses the motion thing, actually, so Parker being in the way is actually kind of a big deal. But you basically go and you can activate these other flowers. And usually things happen if you get enough for certain flowers or whatever. I just love the feeling of, like, flying. I really think... A lot of people hate the motion control and stuff, and it really, I think, in this game feels pretty good. The music's beautiful. That's a pretty common aspect of that game company's stuff. And man, this grass is still kind of amazing. We have much better foliage this gen than last gen, but individual blades of grass is generally not quite done. But as you can tell, the game has a very chill and peaceful vibe and kind of a it tells something of a story without any words. That's always something I kind of like. Kirby games tend to do that, you know, in simple storybook kind of way. This game kind of much more metaphorically so. I just love that feeling when, you know, the grass blooms back out and turns green and stands tall. Just really satisfying, beautiful experience. If you heard TGC's making another game. Oh, really? Hadn't heard about that. But yeah, Bound, I got Bound, and I wasn't sure. There's a PSVR feature of it, and I haven't started it yet. I don't know if I should do PSVR first, or if I should, like, stream it blind, or if I should play it first myself. It's one of those games kind of like Abzu, where, like, I know I would love it, but, like, I don't know what to do with it. I don't know. Would that be a good game to play blind, like, for a stream, or should I, like, play it myself first? The kind of sunlight on the grass looks great too. You can kind of tell, you know, it's a remastered PS3 game. It does not. Some of the stuff in Abzu looks better, but obviously the grass is just really amazing. And by the way, the music adding to the gameplay and the feeling, the general vibe of everything. That's gonna be very much a thing in this game as well. Blind should be okay. There's not a ton of in-depth mechanics and stuff. Hey, making. I heard somebody say they actually enjoyed Bound better in VR, which is often, you know, often not the case, because things tend to be weird, especially stuff that's not made specifically for VR. But it sounds like it did some interesting stuff. But if I were to stream it, it definitely wouldn't be. Streams are kind of hard to do. VR. Dance run. Yeah, I know it's not super complicated or anything. I just wasn't sure if... I don't know. I should probably just stream it. I worry too much about whether I should do some, like, play a game first before streaming it or whatever. I don't think anybody really cares. That's not really the sort of game people would be like, get good.
You know, Tap Tap, I speed ran Bound my first playthrough.
And sorry, you're gonna see me do this sometimes where I just float around to see the hills and everything. But the music just really does an amazing job framing everything. And the pedals, the sound, I don't know what you call that exactly, but that feeling as the you know, how the gameplay kind of adds to the music through the notes of stuff. Also, for you know, an artsy game, this game did a pretty good job, in my opinion, of integrating the achievements into the stuff. Like those little purple flowers, or not purple, green flowers we found. I think you get an achievement for getting those. I've already got all the achievements. You won't see achievement pop-ups. But hey, Grayson. Yeah, this is by the same people as Flow and Journey. Music sounds quiet. I mean, it is quiet in the game. It's kind of high dynamic range. Sorry, god damn it. I really wish controllers could detect if you had set them down and not vibrate. Because there's no sound worse than a controller vibrating on a table. As I'm sure you just heard. I'll turn up the music a little bit. I mean, it's meant to be a little bit quiet. I think there's 3 patches of secret flowers in each thing. And I deleted my save to start over from the beginning because, as you can see, there's kind of a little... You kind of traverse a little story very quietly. So I went from crap apartment to maybe a little better apartment. I thought Burger Mega purred into the mic. No, I had set my controller down right while it started to vibrate. Which is funny because like this game does not vibrate much until that happens, so I just have to set it right the wrong time. And And this won't be a super long stream. I think this game's like 2 to 3 hours. And I won't like go back for secrets or stuff. I already got the achievements, but the moods just are really powerful. So we start in this super dour place. And don't you just want to paint it some nice colors? Hey, Rosen. I also think there's a version of this for iPad and stuff now. I haven't played that version. I don't know how good it is necessarily. I'm sure it's serviceable, but I can't vouch for it particularly. Wasn't there something? I thought I missed something. Well, there's these to get. That's like a just simple and intuitive everything kind of is. You are a thing, you see a thing that glows, you kind of just go to the thing, right? I don't know if it's on iPad or I don't know if it's iPad only or iPhone too. Because I think it came out in that period where that was kind of a thing, where some games were iPad only. Which was always kind of silly. Does the music sound a bit better by now, by the way? I turned it up a little bit. Don't blame me if it's like super giga loud later on. Because I think it is kind of just being high dynamic range. By the way, I'm gonna tempt fate and see if I can raise the bit rate. So if we drop some frames, that's just me changing the bit rate. Damn it. I really wish there was like presets. Like MediaCom is failing me preset. Oh, no, I can't. Yep, nope. Immediately drop frames. So, no, can't. Can't use my regular bitrate. If I remember the new game that they're working on is limited release for iPad and iPhone. Huh. That would be a little annoying for me. I don't have iOS and I don't really plan to get one. Yeah, MediaCom will not. MediaCom allowed me to play the silly food game with low amounts of motion at full bitrate, but not the beautiful, like, super high range of motion game that kind of look bad, unfortunately. But that's how streaming is, especially with MediaCom as your service provider. They haven't even responded to my latest complaint on Twitter. I think I sent that like 2 or 3 days ago too. But whatever. Yeah, this is a super great game to just chill in. Though there is one achievement that's really frustrating, or it was on PS3. I think they must have fixed it. That or the 60 FPS really helps, like, you do things. But there's this one part in a later level that is actually pretty hard to get an achievement in. It's not hard to actually beat, but you basically have to dodge every threat in the thing. Do they usually... Oh, they always respond to DMs. They're supposed to. I mean, they're one of their official customer service things. Just gotta love the painting the grass patch stuff. Purity, yeah, that's the achievement. I don't think it's that bad. That or I got lucky, or they fixed it on PS4. But I got it on PS4. I still think I don't have it on PS3. I think I went back and tried, and it was infuriating still. I also kind of like how you still are in control during the cutscenes, because there's nothing that can hurt you, and it would just feel... It just feels bad when you lose control completely. When did this game release, by the way? It's been quite some time. I really appreciated when they ported this to PS4. It was completely free for everybody that already owned it on PS3, so it was one of the first PS4 games I played. So I like the end of the level, you can avoid that. Oh yeah, the turns. Yeah, well, we can talk about that achievement when we get to it. But I see why they thought it might like make an okay achievement, but like, ugh. Like the cute little chime. I think the game tries. I think this is one of those games that kind of tries to avoid giving you achievements during gameplay. I've seen a few games do that, and I really appreciate that for stuff that's like, you know, trying to maintain a strong mood. Some games will delay giving you achievements until you're back at like the main menu or the hub or whatever. Like finish a level. I think Soul Survivor did that. It helps keep things tense for, you know, a survival horror game, so you don't get like, you got 50 Chivo points, and then an air horn blares. It's like, no, we can wait for that. This is really fun to just float around here. Got a little bit of rain. I love rain in games. We'll see more rain too, don't you worry. It's kind of very subtle here. Since I already played, what's my favorite level in Flower? I think they all kind of build on each other. I don't know, it'd probably be one of the last few. I really like that night one though, with the where you illuminate the stuff. I think there's something great in all of them. The first level is kind of the least interesting because it just kind of shows you the ropes, but it's still lovely. I like being able to paint stuff in this one. I love growing all this colorful grass stuff. It doesn't look... How bad does it look with the bit rate? Because Medicom won't let me raise it, so... I would normally definitely do this 1080p 60 FPS with 6 megabit up. But I can't. Love the rocks move. Yeah, oh no! Aw, man! I don't know how I ended up there. You can actually paint the grass in that level when you touch the, like, thing. I didn't mean to be that close to the ending, though. I must have flown over to it during the cutscene. But yeah, you can go to the glowy stuff and, like, paint the grass different colors. I might, like, replay that at the end or something, just to show that off. Looks fine? Alright. A super beautiful game. So the green petals are the secret flowers, there's 3 in each thing. Now we got color. Yeah, I deleted the save file, so you got to see this whole progression from the first thing. It's not a long game, so it doesn't matter if I lose my file anyway. Hey, Mr. Sun. How you doing? It's a spicy day out there. Just such a calming game. Just puts you in such a good mood. Alright, this is the first level that gets a little intense in a way. This was a fun level too. I liked... There aren't really any levels that I dislike, unless we count that one achievement. I like this level a lot too. Okay, I'm trying to power up the windmills. Oops. Flowers don't have the best turning radius, but... There we go. I was wondering how we get that green. There we go. Power that boy up. Who would win? 50 million years old dead dinosaur fossils, or one windy boy? Where's the big... Oh, right, we need to power the other ones first. Just hold up, my chat's all scrolled weird. There we go. I don't know if this helps other people, but like I tend to play this one-handed to let me do some more of the crazy moves. Because it's all... There's like a move button and a... Well, all of the buttons are the move button. And otherwise, it's just the 6-axis control. Oop, where did I go? There we go. The coloring effect was really impressive back then, too. This is... When did this game come out? It's got to be, like, 10 years old at this point. Alright, the cave. Hold up. I think you can go back in here. There's a couple of minor, quote-unquote, secrets, I guess. Oh, oops. Alright, we gotta go back through here, I think. Into the cave. Oop. Mr. Flowers, please. There we go. Into the cave. The controller makes whooshy noises, by the way. I'm not sure if you can hear that through the mic, but I'd kind of forgot about that. I think I might have missed something in that cave. Is that the cave that has the that game company logo thing in it? I don't know if I was supposed to do something different there. Gotta go fast. Oh, I love the sunset part here. Hope you can hear the music all right. Like I said, it gets quiet, but it's quiet for a reason. But I still want you to be able to hear it, obviously. Just got such a gentle vibe to it. I love how every petal that you collect, it really does get collected into the swarm. So let's see all the petals you got. And just as I was growing up, going from like N64 stuff, which is like, oh, 2 enemies on screen, time to drop some frames, to Pikmin, which is like 100 units on one thing, individually tracked, and then you go to this. It really was pretty impressive. Oh yeah, and this thing does some cool stuff with the light bar as well. You know, kind of mood lighting with the DualShock 4 light bar. Obviously, it wasn't in the original release because that didn't exist, but it's a nice little added touch for the PS4 port. I appreciate when games kind of do that. Just a nice subtle little effect. Nothing too stupid. That's why I like the light bar, just because it's just a nice subtle little improvement, and if you don't even notice it exists, not really a big deal. It's fine. Oh, here's one of my favorite levels. I think more quote-unquote gimmicks should be like that. Because, like, motion control on the Wii, obviously you could not ignore that. It was like every game, for no reason, just had that stuff. But a nice, subtle thing, like the light bar that doesn't even... kind of doesn't even affect the gameplay, really. Yeah, I really like this nice nighttime one. Top 10 saddest anime deaths. I just love the sky and the everything. Whoa, camera got a little confused. That sunset. It's blue grass. We need more. There needs to be more blue grass. There's a town called Bluegrass. The grass is not blue. Disappointed. Disappointed! Let's power it up. Oddly enough, I think this was one of the first games I was really like achievement hunting for too. I remember looking up how to get all the stuff. It was super complicated, but it was just one of those games I really wanted to find absolutely everything in. Now it gets even darker. And I love this glowy grass stuff. This is one of my favorite effects in the game. See, these parts of the grass get all lit up when you go over it. It's just beautiful. So I just want to check one thing on the stream. The colors on the stream kind of look weird. Oh, wait, it's on the right resolution. Oh wait, I know what it is. That's just my crappy monitor. Never mind. My third monitor, my one on the left, has bad colors. Oops, my chat disappeared. So I was looking at it, it's like, wait a minute, are those colors right? And it's like, oh wait, of course they're not right. That monitor's never right. I just love the light things. The wind whoosh and how accurate it is to your actual motion just feels really satisfying too. I think we can do something with one of those pools. Where do we go again? Not there, apparently. Oh, I missed something. It's like Twister, but better because it's pedals. Twister, is that a game? I don't think I've heard of that. Alright, the hay bales. Time for some glowing hay. It's also a game where having all of the sound effects, like you can hear everything. It's really helps everything feel more real. Yeah, just the mood in general. I mean, that game company's pretty fantastic at setting mood. I'll have to play Flow. Flow was really great when it came out, and it feels kind of weird among their other games. It's kind of the forgotten one to an extent. It's a lot more gameplay focused thing, but the original game was it was like a web game or browser. I think maybe it was downloadable, but it was based on the concept of flow, which is kind of a state you get in while playing a game when you're not too frustrated and you're still challenged. And so the goal of a good game is to keep you in a state of flow where you're not like, oh man, screw this game, you're dying all the time, but you're not like totally breezing through it and thinking like, oh, there's nothing to this. So they kind of made a game that kind of tries to maintain that sense, and through like, I'm not sure if I'd say procedurally generated, but like it's got kind of a dynamic difficulty system thing as you go on through it. And then the PS3 version, it's kind of a bit different. The anti-Dark Souls effect. But yeah, it's pretty cool. The flow, I think the PS3 version doesn't quite do the dynamic difficulty thing so much, but it's a really cool game, and I think one of the only reasons people don't particularly talk about it too much is it also had motion controls for not particularly good reason. This game makes more sense for the flight controls, but I'm not particularly sure why Flow had them. Kind of interesting to see which things they decide to sound through the controller, but I think I'm actually going to turn the controller sound off just so you can hear it. There we go. So yeah, since the controller's muted, all the sound should come through the stream directly. Yeah, any form of trolling, kind of expect a permaban on first offense in this stream, so have fun. Gloom. I love how the levels kind of lead towards each other. So this definitely leads to this next level. The controller even rumbles, you can kind of feel that even the pedals feel scared. You're a mod music, I think you can unhide it, but yeah. Such a good job of framing and drama. The message didn't show up on top chat? Really? Huh. That's actually good news for top chat because it was garbage. I don't know entirely what top chat does. Because like it's supposed to show it's supposed to hide some of the spam, but like those are already supposed to be flagged for moderators to review automatically, and they are. So like, is it redundant? Is it a different thing? What is it? I don't know. But I've never really noticed missing anything while using Top Chat. The Top Chat only comes to effect when you're doing really fast chat. Yeah, I think like if it's like a really huge, really spammy chat, I would think like it probably maybe reduces like stuff that like 50 billion different people are saying the same thing. Yeah, now things get a bit more somber. And this is the level where? Oh, not these. Yep, you get zapped. So you gotta play through this whole level without getting zapped to get one of the achievements, which is one of the, well, easily the most frustrating one, because there's a part later on where that's almost impossible. It's much easier on PS4, but yeah. Let's fix that. Now it's safe. I love that subtle creaking. You can just barely hear it. Like I said, that's kind of the... Where the music might seem quiet, it's just really good use of dynamic range, high dynamic range. It's a very good game to use headphones on, by the way. Which obviously I'm using anyway because I'm streaming. Oh, yeah, it's no problem, music, it's just a dumb meme. The whole point is, like, people won't won't know about it. Oops. And it kind of vibrates when you're getting close to the zappy stuff. So if you're being gentle and slow and move just bit by bit, it's a lot, you know, if you were going for that achievement, which I'm definitely not, I already have it anyway, but there's definitely steps you can take to kind of reduce it. Yeah, I love the mood of this level. It's kind of a shame that it's kind of marred because of that achievement. But, which is why, by the way, achievement design really, it's a part of... Achievement design, if your game has achievements, it's a part of game design. You can have a great game that's partially ruined by a really bad achievement. I think everybody that played Gears of War probably has a little bit of a grudge against... What was it called? Seriously? Or something? The thing that wants you to play like 2,000 rounds of deathmatch or something online. And Katamari on PS3 has, I think I've complained about this on stream before, but it has a really ridiculous achievement that I never got the platinum because of, even though I played a lot of that game. Really love that game, but trying to getting 100% of the items in a game with over 1,000 items and there's not really a proper tracker for like where to find the thing you're missing. Yeah, it's a little problematic. Any games with no achievement. I mean, any game that happened before achievements, and some stuff on Steam still releases without achievements. I don't think you can release on PS4 or Xbox One without achievements, though. What you can do, though, what Toby Fox did with Undertale on PS4, he has like 5 achievements, and they're like, oh man, the achievement's name is like, oh man, I guess I gotta have an achievement, huh? Okay, you get an achievement for getting an item. And then it's like, okay, I need another one? You get an achievement for getting 2 items. And then it's like, oh, you got 4 items. Okay, that's the last achievement. I'm out of things. And because, like, you only have to have a certain amount of, like, score. Like, you're required to have, like, yes, hello. I don't know the exact numbers. But, like, it was fine for Toby Fox to do that. Like, there's protocols. Katamari is a great game. I actually played some, We Love Katamari or something. I played the PS3 Katamari on a stream once. So just search Sir Tap Tap Katamari on YouTube, and I bet you can find it. But yeah, if you have like a super chill game, and you have like a super not chill achievement, that can really be a problem, which is why that purity thing is kind of remembered here. The purity achievement from this game. It was not a good fit for the game. I'm sure plenty of people just played the game, didn't care about it, but, you know. If you really love a game, you might want to get all the stuff. Oh, let's say some of those. Yeah, Katamari is one of those things that you might not have played, you might not know what the name is, but you've probably seen some manner of reference to it. It's honestly one of the more interesting and weird stuff that was happening on, like, PS3. It's kind of one of those things where, like, almost like, dang, how did this get published? Not, like, in a bad way, but just, it was such a cool and interesting game that's, like, such a kind of hard sell. It's like, you're like, okay, you're controlling a ball, and you need to roll up everything. And you have this really bad dad that is never happy with how much you roll up. Go play it. Isn't there a mobile Katamari? No, it's not very good. Amazing Katamari or something? I played it a little bit. It's very mobile gamey. I mean that in the most derogatory way, unfortunately. The tapping one is okay, except for it kind of flatlines at a certain point, which I guess most idle games do, especially on mobile. Because they kind of want you to just spend infinite money, so... Yeah. If you're gonna get Katamari, the Vita one's okay. Honestly, as long as it's a console game, whatever you get is honestly fine. The original PS2 one is great. The Xbox and PS3 ones are, you know, they're just the same game but with some more stuff added. The Vita one is fine. It has motion controls, but you don't need to use them. And or it has touch controls or something, or maybe I don't remember. Don't think there's anything for PS4 or like the current gen consoles yet. Let's see your secrets. I actually really like the secret flowers. Gives you a reason. For a game like this, I think it adds something to have a little something to go back and try to find. And just give you an excuse to kind of revisit the levels, because a lot of people won't. Those things will shock you, by the way. This section of the level is why that period achievement's so frustrating. Before this, yeah, these things can be real annoying. Dramatically is a really cool part of the level, but it did not pair well with that achievement. Did they shorten that? I think I must have went the short route or something. I remember that being much longer and like more tense. I could have swore that was a little bit longer than that. love how I've been talking about how incredibly hard it was, and then I get it first try. Also, I love how that flower pot is cracked. Like, there's so many subtle little things this game does. This level's probably a lot of people's favorites. Oh. Build the controller straight and do a lot of buys. Easy to dodge everything. Yeah, I think holding the controller in one hand, like I said earlier, helps you do the tight movements a lot easier. I kind of love how that level cuts off. It's like, wait, what's different about this one? Has his foot on the keyboard. I'm very worried. No, he took it off. Never doubt what Parker can do. There we go. So yeah, this is a pretty impactful level too. Making the game's really distinct experiences. Yeah, I love. Oh, I guess I don't have enough stuff. There we go. Forgot how that worked. Now it's like, hey, go hit it. There we go. So I love how the levels lead into each other. This level feels so much better because you were scared of these things last level. Now you're just blasting them away. Flower power indeed. Look at that scary spire in the background, by the way. Little building. Let's get rid of that. Boop. Get the music pick up as the mood does. Yeah, the music's really fantastic. I think music adds to really any game, but that game company really just does amazing stuff with their music, and how it kind of just syncs to everything. Like, not just the mood, but the minute-to-minute gameplay as well. You just feel right. Also, this game has one of the better credit sequences I've ever seen. Yeah, we'll see that building, but yeah, that's probably displayed for a reason. Oops, hello, Mr. Building. Parker's sitting here enjoying the chill vibes. Yes, you are. go up here. Oh, this little building hopping bit. Or beat up old road. Not quite done here though. For some reason, since I posted this stream as like this was originally gonna be an absolute stream until I finished the earlier one, or until I finished it, you know, one video. On Discord, when it posts this video, it has the absolute thing instead of flower. Whatever, doesn't really matter. Just silly. They still let kids play with those? Seems like the sort of thing kids, their parents these days flip out about.
You'll fall and hit your head, boy.
Like 50% Kermit. Let's do such great stuff with the music. Get out of here, barricades. We don't need barricades. We do need street signs, though. Empty street signs. Just love that painting the road back. Fix it all up. Spooky town. We don't like spooky town. That's better. The feeling of just repairing and fixing everything of this section is just great. Oh, excuse me. They did a great job of making the old, power wire looking things really imposing and sinister looking. Oops, go back down. You take a screenshot. Yeah, this is one of those games that looks... You can take a screenshot at almost any moment and it's just beautiful. It's very much true of Journey as well. I'll have to stream that sometime. I wish we had Parker Cam. He's just an actual loaf on my desk right now. Just having a good sleep. We came back here. Ridiculous highway architecture reminds me a lot of the terrifying roads in California, by the way. I don't know how people deal with traffic there. Everyone drives like a complete maniac and crosses like 15 lanes at all times. And all of the roads are like this. And you like turn a slight corner and the thing you have to go to get off is like all the way on the other side. And everything's all twisty and screwy. It's... ugh. I do not like... the number one thing I can't stand about big cities, definitely traffic and road layout. You can't get there from here. That's more of a main thing, I think. But it's like... ugh. Now in this town, you know which numbered street you need to go to. You go down streets until you're at that number, and you turn and try to find that, you know, the avenue. It's not too hard. Also kind of surprised me how a lot of big cities, like, you'd think would be a lot more, like, better laid out and, like, square-like. Chicago drivers are terrifying too. They're just complete assholes. I got my car. Well, not my current car, because I got my first car that I owned, like I owned for real, in Chicago, and while driving it back, there was this guy who jumped out at a stoplight, got out of his car, grabbed a traffic cone, and shoved it in front of another guy's car. And it's like, what the fuck? What's wrong with, like, what the hell? I don't know if he maybe, like, knew that guy and, like, was just being a dick ass, but, like, what the hell? That's ridiculous. I was just like, wow. And then I passed like a lane of cars that are like totally stopped, and then somebody tried to like get out in front of me and was like, dude, I'm going 60 and you're going 0. It is not a good time to try to bump in, to try to just go in. I've seen so many people get out of their cars to do road rage. Oh yeah, road rage, that's scary shit, like, ugh. We have some morons here. Usually the worst that we get is people that don't signal, which is baffling. Because, like, there have been so many times that, like, it's like, if you signal and you're ahead of me, it's like, I'll let you over. Like, you don't have to drive like a complete and utter psychopath. Like, I'll let you over, buddy. You just gotta let me know. Some guy hung his entire torso out of a panel van to bang on the roof of someone trying to... Jesus, what is wrong with people? I can't wait for robot cars. People are the worst. Sea pigeons. Someone pulled a gun on my cousin in Texas over raging. Oh my god. Robot cars can't come fast enough. Just don't let Uber make them. That's all I ask. Also, make them slower. I don't understand why, like, when I heard about robot cars, like, my first thing is like, oh great, they can be lower speed because, like, you know, that you can save gas and be a lot safer by driving slower, and it doesn't matter because you're not cooped up. Like, the reason I, go as fast as legally allowed, of course. Reason I go that fast is because, I can't do anything in my car but, like, think, oh hey, I'm in a car, this sucks, I really would like to be at my destination instead. I can't look at my phone because I could, like, die or kill someone or both. But like, if I could play my, my goddamn Vita or my Switch in my car, like a 20-minute, 30-minute ride to work, I wouldn't give a crap because I'm just playing on my damn thing, playing on my phone, whatever. Yeah, I really love how they did this credits thing. I love driving. I mean, the concept of driving, like on an empty road where you can go like 80 miles an hour, sure. But like driving in a city with a bunch of dumbasses and going around doing stupid stuff, like, oh my god, save me, please. Yeah, I really like how they do this credits. In the city, I don't love it so much, but even between cities, it's fine. Yeah, I just hate driving in pretty much any capacity. It's like, I just want to be there and I want to not die, and being in a car is pretty bad as far as not dying is concerned. I haven't died yet, but it's definitely my highest probability of dying. I have to listen to NPR. I just listen to, I listen to songs and stuff. It's like, I'd rather be playing a video game or doing something, anything. That's why the faster you drive, the more work time and rest time you have. But that's the thing. You don't have more rest time if you drive faster in a robot car, because being in the car is the rest time as well. Or work time if you want. And / can. I always appreciate when, credits gives a shout out to fans. Cliche and everything, but hey, that's still fine. I think if no other humans existed and cars did not ever have any sort of problem whatsoever, they were just magically, fine and did not cost any money to operate, I would be alright with driving once in a while, Just go down a highway or something, but like, getting in this extremely dangerous thing that has a ton of moving parts that can and do break, and it's, gonna cost a few $100 if one of them breaks. And you might not know they're broken. And a bunch of other people are in those same death machines. And a lot of them are really stupid. Some of them are drunk. Some of them are hungover. Some of them haven't slept in days. It's not a really good place to be. It's really not. This is the Sony section here. That's another big part of why, like, robot cars are amazing. Because you can't... AIs don't get drunk. Just that alone is like, thank goodness. And honestly, like, there's so little that you actually really need to be at a physical location for. Like, it really depends on your job, obviously. But in my case... if I could work from home, I would say, like, other than, like, requirements gathering and stuff, is almost never a reason that I would need to actually really be there. But, unfortunately, my job's not really, we don't really do remote stuff. AI can glitch, so is it really safer? I mean, obviously it's down to statistics, and we don't have proper stuff, but, like, I would definitely trust a computer. I would definitely trust a well-tested computer over... a regular human, and a lot of humans are below that regular mark. Drunk, tired, dumb. And you know what's fun? One of the reasons that daylight savings time literally kills people, there's always a spike in traffic accidents after daylight savings time, because hey, people have had an hour less of sleep. And that's honestly so ridiculously inhumane and dangerous that we still continue to do that. Like, and it doesn't even save energy. It actually uses more energy. Australia did a study, and people were awake in the summer earlier, so they would be like, oh, hey, it's cold. Let me turn on the heat. And so it used more power. So more people die, and we use more power because of a thing that we do to save power. It's amazing. Daylight savings time is probably, like, the dumbest thing that we do as like a society, and we do a lot of really dumb stuff. It's like circular firing line. It's kind of amazing that's never been like latched on to Congress. It's like it would be such a free win in terms of like legislation. They don't do it. Yeah, Arizona doesn't do it. A bunch of places don't do it, and that just adds to the confusion. Honestly, like I'm sure if you're in Arizona, you love it, but like it just makes converting time, which is already a pain in the butt, that much more annoying. I think Florida or something was gonna like not change their clock back or something. Let's say people say it later. I kind of doubt that though. I've never been like, well, I was gonna do a thing, but the sun is slightly farther down, or whatever. Plus, it like literally kills people, so that's always great. Like the sun really doesn't matter a great deal, and the thing is, like, they originally due to like farmers or something. It's like if you're a farmer and you genuinely need to be awake at like what would relatively be 5 o'clock, just set your goddamn alarm. You know, we have these things now. It can be wake up time anytime you damn well please. Let me tell you. Do people who are scared to be out at night really spend a lot of entertainment money though? I can't really imagine like the nightlife spending of people who are afraid of night, literally speaking. The Carl group. It's just a bunch of Carls. Yeah, like I said, one of my favorite end credits sort of things. Really like when there's something to do in your credits. Oh hey, this was done by Bluepoint. Bluepoint does really amazing ports and stuff. And Sony Computer Entertainment Santa Monica Studio, they do amazing stuff. They're kind of the arm of Sony that publishes really interesting indie games and funds them and stuff. Pretty much everything they put out is amazing. They also did Bound and I think Hohokum, which is another game that I need to stream sometime. It's another one of those games that like is totally up my alley and is one of those weird, really interesting, chill things. But it's like it was a fairly popular thing, or like well known, so I didn't do it. Which is kind of silly, but whatever. Yeah, Sony Santa Monica is the God of War studio. Obviously, the publishing arm and the development arm are a little bit different, but I love everything that Sony Santa Monica does, really. Yeah, this game's kind of why we got Journey, too. I'm really glad we ended up with that. Journey's another game that I'll have to stream sometime. Probably not, or definitely not next week. So next week, we're going to be, it's going to be board game night on Saturday and Sunday for my patrons. So what we're going to do there, we're going to have a patron-only voice chat. So we're going to basically play Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival with all my patrons that want to show up and voice chat. So it'll be a lot of fun. Let me just show real quick. I didn't get to paint the grass in this level. I want to do that real quick. I somehow accidentally entered the portal while I was like in the cutscene. Which is funny because I was just talking about how I like that you can move in the cutscenes and I accidentally bump into a thing. Yeah, that was Flower. And dang, I kind of blazed through it, didn't I? This amazingly long game, but I guess I've been a little less chatty this stream. This is the sort of game that puts you in a quiet mood, and I don't always want to ruin, you know, what's going on with my blabbing. Yeah, let's go and show off that painting thing I did. I guess I've been I should dilly-dally a bit more than I do, but I've played this game probably 4 or 5 times, so I'm pretty speedy at it. Flower speedruns win. Of course, everything has a speedrun at this point. Ever since Twitch became a thing, honestly, everything has speedruns now. And it's not like I'm not like complaining or anything. It's just like the theoretical question of I wonder if someone's gonna speedrun this. It's like the answer is always yes. Speedruns of homebrew games even. I wonder if somebody's done speedruns of mini planets. I mean, probably. And sometime for a future stream, I'd like to start up Hyperdimension Neptunia V2R and stream that as kind of a chill, just, you know, playing the game and relaxing kind of thing. Playing it for myself for the first time. I mean, I played the original, like it's a same gen remaster remake, which is so weird. But like basically they wanted to get a VR game, and for some reason instead of just like making like a, you know, Talk to Neptune in a dumb little room game, they put a Talk to Neptune in a dumb little room mini game in a new thing. I guess they just wanted to be able to sell it for full price. I don't know. It's a weird thing, not really related to Flower at all, but I guess I'll see how it is. Though unfortunately I won't be able to see the VR part while streaming it because stream plus VR, big pain in the butt. Even just recording in VR, that's why you don't see many VR videos. They're drastically harder to set up and record properly and everything. And then less people end up watching them because less people have VR or like and are interested in it and stuff. So there's a lot of really cool VR games that I would love to check out and stuff for the channel, but I have so many things to do in general, and they're so low priority because of the view to effort ratio is real bad. This is a shame. I think VR really does add some stuff. I don't think it's a gimmick or anything personally. I think it's a bit early in the whole process, but I think PSVR is pretty solid as far as like commercially available, easy to set up, cheap-ish, you know, reasonably priced, more so than cheap. But I think PSVR hits a pretty fantastic balance. I enjoy VR. It's so much. The one thing, stupid as it is, I wish the headsets were smaller. It's just, it feels like a thing to go. I gotta dedicate time. I gotta sit down. I gotta pull the headset on, put it on, pick which game to play, all that stuff. Gotta make sure the sensor thing. It's kind of like the Wii. You gotta make sure the sensor bar is all set up. You gotta make sure there's batteries in your stupid Wiimote. It just makes me play it less than I otherwise would. I do think PSVR is the lowest friction, but it's definitely not no friction. If it was just like a little, like I said, if it was just lighter and I didn't need to like make a deal of setting up, because you kind of gotta adjust it to get the lenses just right. It's kind of like setting up one of those like eye machine things at the you know, at the eye doctor. You gotta kind of get just right to get started. And once you're all in, you're pretty much good for the night. You don't have to really readjust it. And honestly, I'm making it sound worse than it is. I'm talking about like a less than 5-minute process. I'm just being like, you know, a lazy butthead. But any friction is friction. Like, that is a really important thing to consider for user experience design. It doesn't really matter how simple an extra step is. Any extra step will lose you people. Just like when streaming, any interruption in the stream, people will leave. Doesn't matter how brief. Someone is just gonna leave. Found a raincoat from Majora's Mask. Huh. It's kind of surprised people bother with a raincoat. I guess with a game like that, here's the grass painting, by the way. I can't believe I forgot to show this off. It's the best part of this level. It's like the point of this level, almost. You can paint it yellow. I think there's pink and blue. I'm one of those people who gets nauseous in VR. Yeah, I in a way, I kind of hoped I would get nauseous in VR, so I could, like, see how long it takes to, like, come over it, so I could, like, you know, tell people my experience and all that crap. But I don't at all. The worst I've gotten is it feels a little weird on Playroom VR, which is really good, by the way. It's totally free, and it's a pretty good way to check stuff out. But it's got this, like, forward-moving platformer game, and it feels a little weird, like... It kind of feels like you're moving forward, but you're not. And that went away in a few minutes, but that's the closest thing I've got to nauseous. Alright, let's not accidentally fly into the portal this time. I wonder if people have drawn, like, a super elaborate stuff using this as a tool and, like... You know what, let's try to make a smiley face. There we go. Let's see if I can see it now. How did I do? It's one of those Japanese letters, actually. I don't know what that is, but let's try again. I. Now a big ol' smile. Alright, how did we do? Yeah, there we go. He's a little bit far on the. He's a little bit smirky there. Yeah, it's good enough. You know, let's color him in. Let's color him in, shall we? Let's give him that emoji yellow. And by color him in, I mean make a line, because I'm not gonna be that careful. There we go. Oh, I missed a bit. A little touch up there. How's it look? There you go. There you go. Just a happy face man. The first emoji. This game was pre-emoji. Maybe about playing that ocean, it seems similar. Yeah, it's got a lot of that really atmospheric vibe. It's got a lot of the, you know, music feeding into the mood. It's both super moody games with a lot of exploration, kind of a surreal feeling about all of it. Let's get some blue. Get some blue. Let's give him some hair, shall we? Yeah, give him some nice blue hair. You can kind of draw stuff in Journey too, can't you? Alright, I'm not sure how good that hair is going to look. I think you might have a lot of hair. Let's take a look. I wonder if I played Journey, if there would still be people playing. I'm sure there are still people playing, but I don't know if like I would get matched, like if I'd be lucky enough to get matched. It kind of works. Alright, let's give him... It's a little thin, a little receding hairline. Oh, I ran out of blue. I'm sure we'll play Journey sometime. Just not next weekend. I was kind of thinking for next week, because like I think I have a method to deal with even like low, crappy bitrate. So I was kind of wanting to just stream every day for a week, like to just force myself to deal with low bitrate conditions and just really feel confident that I can do stuff. I was kind of thinking of cracking open my Wii U. Not literally, of course. But, because I have to use that for Amiibo Fest anyway. There's a few games I haven't completed, including both Bayonettas. I somehow got like halfway through the first one and like 1/4 of the way through the second one. Bayonetta 1 is like a really... such a yellow game. Like, I don't know... Oh, sorry, Parker. Oh, you got a fluff in your mouth. Give me that. Parker just jumped right up on the desk as I was like fanning my controller to the side. I has no idea what Journey is. It's a really popular, really fantastic PS3 and PS4 game by the creators of this game. It's really lovely. If you saw Abzu, it's a lot like that. Your friends play Nintendo Land on your Wii U. I played Nintendo Land a few times. I never did a video of it, just kind of casually. There'd be a little bit of effort to get people to do kind of a local co-op thing. That's why I wish more stuff had online co-op. For streams and stuff, it's so much easier to arrange something like online. Especially because, like, most of my friends around here, they work, like, absolute garbage hours. And it's not their fault or anything, but I had a friend who works at, like, Walgreens, and the time, he's, like, always working, and it's, when he's off, it's never the time I can do stuff. It's just such a pain. Being an adult sucks, kids. Never grow up. But yeah, the drawing thing I really love. I really wonder now if somebody's drawn, like, elaborate, like... I mean, you only get 3 colors, but hey, that's a fair bit. You get 4 color. You get, in a way, not painting, you know, as a color. Ugh, Parker is getting his fur everywhere. See you, Kit. Thanks for stopping in. I'm gonna stop here in a bit anyway. Pretty much ran out of stuff to do other than, you know, achievement hunting, which I already got all the achievements, so. Yes, I know, you have clumps. Is that all of them? Parker does not approve of my declumping. I'm sure it feels a lot better to not have clumps. Anyway, so yeah, that's Flower. I think we're gonna end here for the night. So I can get to some other stuff. So next week, if you are a patron or if you want to join the patron call, I mean, if you join my patron today, you can come in just as long as you can join voice chat. And I guess there's kind of any amount of players. We'll just do it by, we'll divide up by teams. So basically in Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, it's like, think Mario Party without the mini games. So it's mostly just rolling dice. So everyone will just have a team, and whoever wins, I mean, it's largely luck based, but there's a little bit of choices. But like that's enough that like I can be like, hey, Team B, do you want to use this card or no? And you know, so we can just all do that through one game. So that should be really fun. It'll be possibly be a logistics nightmare, but hey, that's part of the fun. Wait a minute. Wait, was this cut off the whole time? Wait, hold up. Transform. Wait, why is this cut off? Hold on, guys. What the hell? Reset. Wait, was this cut off the whole stream? Oh my gosh. Please tell me that wasn't cut off. Did you see? What? Ugh, this is the problem of having to mess with the stupid resolution crap all of the time. It was? God damn it. So yeah, you saw like the top 2/3 of the screen. I can't believe nobody noticed that. But I had to mess around. I have to... So something stupid in OBS is if you change the resolution, it doesn't... Like, say I was streaming at, like, a big size, and then I, like, go down to a small size, the video is, like, looks like this. Instead of, like, fitting to the new size. Ugh, sorry about that. I have no idea how much you missed because I was seeing, like, the real thing. But... oh well. You have to do it all over again? I don't think so. But if you want to see a full playthrough of Flower, I'm sure you can do that. Was I ever like referring to something you guys like couldn't see? Because like it looked like a fair amount was like cut off there. Like I don't know. I wondered how you were seeing the whole smiley. Oh. Whatever. I guess if nobody complained the whole stream, it wasn't that obvious that something was weird. Whatever. Just trust that the game is even more beautiful than what you saw, especially considering you only saw, you know, top corner, but whatever. I blame Mediacom because I had to change the resolution. Which, let me see, by the way. Let me see if I can up my bitrate finally. Not that it matters. 33% more beautiful. It's actually a fair bit more beautiful because it's 60 FPS and 1080p, which is not what this stream is. But whatever. I'll have to keep that. I'll have to double check that. So, whatever. That's kind of why I wanted to just stream every day of a week and like force my way through problems so everything feels a lot more routine and stuff. Because I'm really not used to having to lower my bitrate or my resolution just to deal with garbage internet provider, Mediacom, from Mr. Mediacom Johnson, the worst person in the world. Anyway, there's my smiley face. You can kind of see it. Anyway, good night, everybody.